are live for another WPAT live session, London live session.
I do not know why, but this does not sound so exciting, It's the beginning of the week, and our first live stream of the London session with WPAT. All right, so I guess it's a Monday. It's a Blue Monday for you. We'll forgive you. You're acting exactly like the stock markets.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about some Forex updates, some news updates, and, let's get through the disclaimer first. So, do we have that?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Well, we'll do it verbally. All right, so today we will be diving into the Forex industry. Okay, we will also be looking at some analysis. All right. Now, Forex and derivatives are actually traded on margin, and it does carry a high amount of risk, so it may not be suitable for every single investor. Now, anything that we do here is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay, in no way or form are we providing any financial advice. Okay, if you want financial advice, do look elsewhere for independent financial advice by an expert. Okay, all right. Well, with that being said, how's the week looking? Chile, how's the week looking for you?
So far it's been very interesting with the Facebook and Twitter. Still a lot of, I'll say, turbulent parts on that. I know that the Japanese yen, the Japanese in general, they are waiting for the I always forgot this word. It's not
what
interest.
Is it?
Not interest. It's the opposite. Inflation. So the inflation from US, right? And
well, actually, it seems like everyone is
Yes.
actually eyeing in on what the FOMC will actually be stating this week. So be ready, guys. This week, by the end of the week, basically FOMC will be posting their rate hikes, should we say? Okay, it's pretty stable. That most likely, it has already been said that it will actually be at 75 basis points. Okay, but there are talks of potential dovish moves. Okay, so hey, look, it's a lot of people are speculating that maybe they will actually do a 50 basis points only, not a 75. Okay, so then if it does actually go into the 50 basis point, then you're looking at a potential pivotal point, okay, for the interest rates, right? Okay, so hey, look, if all in all you guys will actually see a 50 basis point, I personally think, okay, personal opinion, that this is purely, I don't think you're on the right camera.
No, it's the thing here. It is
Just saying,
I know.
Yeah, we're like extra dark. Do you want to try again? All right. So, anyways,
Sure.
All in all, okay. What we're basically saying is that look, 50 basis point has actually been the rumors that's going around. Okay, but most likely that's not what's going to happen, as there's high confidence that we're looking at 75 basis points. Okay, like I was saying, if it reaches 50 basis points, then we may be expecting, it just being too obvious, okay, with the rumors throwing around. All right. Okay, so you're good?
No.
No?
I'm trying to find your QR code.
Yeah, just the camera. We'll just use the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, that link thing. All right, yeah, we don't wanna hurt your eyes with our darkness,
I guess.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's there.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, rate hikes will be expected, but hey, look, any form of potential changes, will be expected for 2023. Okay, so anything that's happening throughout the end of the year, should actually be based within the plans of the expectations from the Feds, right? So by ending and closing within another 75 basis points is pretty much what is the norm. Okay. All right. Well, enough with interest rates. It seems like everyone's just waiting for the FOMC data. Okay.
And also the non-farm is gonna be the next week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And also Japanese yen, as you were saying, right? Basically, apart from just the weight, there is more surges on their bond buying. Okay. They're going to just keep on purchasing more bonds. Yeah.
And also, I was checking like at least last week. I couldn't see the movement they had it until now for today. But then for last week, it seems like everything was just frozen at the end of the week. Like they weren't sure if the price should go up, it should go down. Like I just like stagnated, right? And then with the opening today, I guess we're gonna be able to check better like what is the results of that.
Well, all right. Well, let's also, take a look at some of the news that's happening, right? As we all know, the Swiss National Bank actually posted their first biggest loss in the first 9 months, right? So that's a huge loss. And actually, I don't know if you're following, right? But basically, the Saudi National Bank is going to insert around almost shy of 10%, okay, of injecting some funds in there. So they will actually hold roughly 10% of shares at the Swiss National Bank.
Oh, that'll be very interesting because the Swiss is so close related to the gold, and then maybe that's a way for them to keep their currency locked, like not let the gold go crazy,
Oh, I've never thought of it that way, actually. But actually, just thinking about the presence of the economy, and I was just thinking about the strength of the U.S. dollar. But it's interesting that you're looking at it based on, how the gold is, going to be involved in this.
Yeah, because we were seeing last week how the gold were reacting, and then how with that possible, it was very possible that the traders will look more into the crypto. And then we had I forgot who you mentioned that were creating their own regulated crypto, which is super wrong to say.
No. It seems like many countries right now, they're actually getting into digital currencies, right?
Yes.
Like the digital yuan, which is for China. And then they're also going to have, the pounds and the U.S. dollars as well. The pound is going to have its own digital counterpart. The U.S. dollar will have its digital counterpart as well.
Yeah, they also have the USDT that's going on.
No, but that's not official. That's not official.
Yes. So then I do see going back to the topic, right? The U.S. going for the Swiss, the Federal Reserve, right? Then it might bring more stability to the gold. I see in the U.S. eyes. But then I still feel that every time we have this political or economical uncertainties, then people just run to the crypto.
I see.
Forex people run to the gold, and then I feel the more risk takers, then not only they'll go from the gold to the crypto.
All right, since now we are actually in the London session, we will be posting in London time, which is GMT +0 right now for all of us. All right, so let's quickly take a look at what are some of the news that will be expected today, right? Retail sales for Switzerland will be posted very soon, okay? Also, we're looking at Italy, the GDP, right? Year over year will be posted, all right? And also the quarter over the quarter on the Italian GDP as well. Poland's inflation will be announced. Okay, GDP for Portugal will be announced. Well, for the UK, this is quite interesting. The mortgage rates, right? Mortgage approval rates will be announced. We will actually get to see, how the housing market is doing in the UK. With all of that fluctuation on the pound, this is quite exciting, right? All right, so now the most important thing is actually this, right? The inflation rates, okay, will be announced very soon, okay, in the morning, in about 2 hours' time. Okay, so keep an eye on that. This will actually heavily impact the direction of the euro, right?
Yeah, and then it says it's gonna be worse, right? So the forecast feels like the inflation is gonna increase, and then the growth rate will go down. So if this actually fulfills, it means that the euro will be weaker. So euro dollar is gonna be a good sell.
Yeah, but then I think that momentum has already taken its toll. It seems like a lot of the time right now the news is more laggy. Okay, a lot of people will always think, trade during the news, but then in reality, it seems like the trend has set itself. When the news hits, it's usually just gonna have a swing on both directions, and then it goes continuously on a trend. But yeah, good tip for all of them out there.
On that, I do have a quote. Is from one of our recommended brokers' ebook, and then it says, "A good trader will trade today based on what he believes the price will be in the future." Right?
Yes.
It seems obvious, but then it's much more like you analyze it, and then you feel like, oh, I feel this price is going to increase, then I have to buy now. It's not like, oh my God, the market's going up, I need to buy. Like, it's too short term if you do it with the second example.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. All right, well, with all of that being said, right, there are some more exciting news that you guys have to actually keep an eye on. Okay, it's actually the microchips. Microchips, right? Everyone's all talking about the big techs and everything, right? But it seems like right now everyone is, the economy is revolving around microchips, oil, and also interest rates. It seems like these are the top three things to talk about. All right, everything's revolving around these three things. All right, well, there are actually talks that Germany, okay, they are actually going to be purchasing Chinese microchips. And what happened to all this, the potential sanctions and everything, by the U.S.? It's very interesting. It seems like people are thinking otherwise now across the world,
I'm trying to think something that's not too political, but then I'll say that, I had a good economy teacher in college, and then he says, on the long run, everything is volatile. Nothing is fixed. So then in the long term, every economy will be the supply and demand, they'll always be matched. So then if you have a higher demand right now, which is what's happening with the microchips, and not enough people producing, then the production, the supply, will start to catch up to the demand.
Yeah, but then right now the funniest thing is this, though. Even the Chinese microchips right now, it's very, very new in the market, right? In reality, the high-end chips are actually not within their hands right now. So I mean, very like financial centers, or even heavy, how should I say, countries that are heavily dependent on high-end producing microchips, jumping ships and starting taking on board new microchips from producers that don't have a track history. I'm not too sure how that's going to go.
Yeah.
Especially, in Germany, it's most of the chips are all used for vehicles.
Yeah, I was going to say the vehicle industry is so hot.
Yeah.
And then, well, it might pose a dangerous side to it, but I guess it's something we have just to wait and see.
Yeah. All right, so now let's actually jump right into the technical analysis part of the Forex side, right, for our London session. Well, looking at all of the stocks, right, it's not doing too well. It's actually opening the week quite weak, right, all in the bears, all in the red, but hopefully it's going to pick up. Hopefully it'll pick up, right? Everyone's sort of just waiting for the news to happen, right, and hopefully it'll pick up. All right, well, let's take a look at the GBP USD, okay? Oh, talking about Great Britain, it's quite interesting. Prime Minister goes into a hospital. The patients are telling the Prime Minister that they have to pay more for the nurses and doctors. Yeah, I wonder what type of experiences people are having in the UK as a patient for them to say that.
Yeah, it's weird. I do feel that the UK is on a, we were mentioning a lot.
I have a fix, though. I have a fix for them. Increase taxes. You see? People always complain about a lot of things, right? It's like, oh, you have to pay more, you have to do that, you have to cut costs, you have to do this. But then, when people are complaining, I mean, the biggest fix is, okay, sure, the government will have to pay more. Yeah, let's get more money, so let's increase taxes. So how about that?
I'm gonna be your counterpart. I do think that, yes, taxes are necessary, but then, I forgot the name again, but then it's a formula that says that after a certain point, no matter how much you tax, your income as a government will always be the same, because you're going to have tax evasion, or you're not going to have that many people being able to be hired or to open new companies and so on. So then I do feel that the opposite should happen first, which is a full audit of where this money is going like, why is the hospitals charging more? Why do the patients have to pay more?
Oh no, I think
I
think there are more people who are going to now be resigning after your
the hospital people.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, not hospital. No, I'm not sure about hospitals. Maybe certain people from the political parties. Oh no, don't do that to them. Achille, that's evil. All right, no, what? Anyways, that's something that everyone has to keep an eye on, because the newly appointed, or should I say the newly elected, right? Because everyone gave up, right? The newly elected Prime Minister of the UK, right, Mr. Sunak, basically is getting a lot of voices and a lot of opinions on how to actually increase, payments or increase people's pay raise and everything. But they always keep on forgetting the fact that right now the government is working on actually trying to, increase their own funds within the government, right? So, hey, whatever I was saying, it may come as a joke, but then it could be reality. So, hey, stay tuned, right? We'll never know. We'll see how it goes. But right now, we do see D1. The markets basically have been pushing a little bit south, okay, for the GBP USD, okay? So it's a bit weak. But overall, if you're looking at the D1, the trend still seems to be more bullish, right? It's sort of right now at a tipping point, okay? If it could actually go past this resistance point, then that ascending triangle will be respected and a movement up on the GBP USD will happen.
And that's also by the RSI on the 59 right now, so it's still on the zone with the strength to continue going up.
Yes. All right, and then let's drop it down to H4. Let's quickly take a look at what holds on H4. H4, all prices are above the moving averages. So there is a strong potential that the trends will prevail. So there may be more buyers, although there are losing interest. There are people who are losing interest right now. Okay, you see it has already been around 2 days of interest that's being lost, okay, in the market. But overall, RSI is still very, very high. Okay.
Yeah, but then if you check the last 3 candles, it's just like very long, not long, but longer than the body, the wicks, right?
Yes.
So then it means that for the last 4 candles, they try to push above that resistance line and couldn't, and then retrace it back.
Yes.
So then it does shows a lot of indecision. I
Right
feel that
over here.
Friday, I feel like Friday we had a better definition of the price will increase, but then today just feels more like I don't know what to do.
I think, like you were saying, right? Everyone's just waiting for the inflation rates. The interest rates. All right, so H1. Let's quickly take a look. Obviously, the market actually opened on a gap.
Yeah.
Okay, expected. It has been doing that for quite some time. Now, obviously, the RSI for H1 is actually around right at 50. Okay, so it's sort of just wavering around the moving averages, the short-term and the mid-term moving average. Okay, so most likely there will just be a lot of indecision. People will be trading within the range. Okay, now within what range are we expecting? Right, within these ranges. Okay, we will be trading within these ranges.
Let me make it bigger while you speak, so it'll be better for people to see. But you can go on.
I'm sure their screen is very big and they'll just put us on full screen and we're good to go. All right, yeah, so we'll be trading within this range, okay? These will be very prominent support and resistance points, okay, for basically the GBP USD. All right, so our next pair we're going to take a look at is the Euro USD. Let's start from D1 as well. All right, so for D1, as we've mentioned before, you see there's that tweezer top.
Last week, yeah.
And it's respecting it right now, so the prices are actually coming back down. But of course, do not forget, right, we are on a trend line as well, okay? So, there is a potential for that pullback as we're expecting. So the whole pattern of what has happened before will actually be happening again.
Yeah,
okay?
Another thing is if you're going for the sell, just be careful because the RSI is above the 50. So then it does seem like it might still have the strength to continue going up.
Yes. All right, and then on H4, okay, let's quickly take a look if we see anything that will indicate a big reversal or whatnot. In reality, not really, right? There's a lot of confusion right over here. Buyers and sellers are playing tug of war, okay? So let's drop it down to H1 and let's take a look at what's happening. H1, we do see a very strong, prominent resistance point over here at 0.9967 or 68, right? This is a very prominent resistance point. RSI is below 50, right?
So
which you've been saying
should go down.
Yeah.
On the short term.
Yes. So there may be a lot of people who may lose a bit interest on buying, right? Over here on the Euro USD. Okay. So on this ranging market, what should people watch out for, right? They should watch out for full candlestick breakouts, either below or above. Okay, so this range is what you guys should keep an eye on if there's candles that are breaking up fully above or below this range.
Yeah, and then a lot of the people will be waiting for that to happen, then to enter, and that's what we see on the past with the big candles as well.
Yeah. Now, any potential movement to be bullish, right? Do expect it to happen over here once the RSI on H1, okay, reaches oversold. Okay, so enter into a buy once the RSI, one more time, this is not financial advice, right? This is purely just for entertainment and educational purposes only. Our observations is based on the patterns we see, right? That potentially there will be people who will be placing buys, okay, which we would, right? I personally would, if the RSI is on the oversold section for H1.
Then just as an extra step of confirmation, don't just don't do like the EA setting of like you pass 30 you buy, like wait until you start to come back above the 30 again. That's when you should be placing.
All right, and our last pair for today is going to be the USD CHF. Let's quickly take a look on D1 and see what we see here. So on D1, you do see that bullish harami that has happened, okay? And potentially, if today does close with a larger candle, we're looking at basically the three black, I'm sorry.
3 soldiers.
It should be 3 soldiers, yeah. Usually it's inverted. But yeah, there's 3 soldiers that are, marching upwards. So there's a potential chance that maybe we will be seeing a price that will break above the 1.002 point, okay? The resistance point. Most likely will break above that. Okay. RSI is respecting that right now, right? Above 50.
Yeah, it's trying to go up.
The good thing is stochastics actually made a crossover here, meaning it's a weak weakening of its trend, but then also we could also look at the trend direction. The prices will be moving upwards, right? So we already have a buy order since last week. So let's confirm it with H4. Okay, H4 we have bullish engulfing, right? It seems very prominent.
Even after the gap,
Yeah. And then on H1, are we seeing anything? Yeah, basically...
Another engulfing just happened.
There's engulfings, and then also price movement is now slowly up and above all of the moving averages.
Yeah, and then the moving average is actually closing, the fast one is closing in on this low one. Crossing it above is another confirmation that the market can continue going up.
Yeah. So anyways, it seems like the markets are not moving at a very fast pace, to be honest, as of today.
Yeah. Another big reason for that is because the US market haven't been open yet.
Yeah.
So then all the orders they were placing since Friday until Monday morning for them, right, which is going to be Monday afternoon for Europe. All of these orders are not in the market yet. So then once the market, the New York session starts, then that's when you're going to see like a huge influx of all of these orders going at once. And then that's when the market will pick up the speed again that he lost on Friday.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today for our London session, right? We'll actually see you again later for our New York session briefing later today. See ya.